I recorded the full panel. Do you want the footage at all, or no?
If you want to upload it, go for it.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sitting down because I can't see all of you.
No.
You are bearing witness to the first public appearance at a convention I've done in 2.5 years, so... And if any of you are doing the signing later, or you've met me and you've been nervous, you're not as nervous as I am right now. Without any of you, I wouldn't be here and you wouldn't be looking at me. So I'm nervous to see you, so don't freak out when you come meet me. I'm just a guy. But anyway, I did have, if anyone has been keeping up to date with the scheduling, I guess, I did have a big elaborate plan of a panel that I was going to do. I was going to bring my laptop. I had relearned PowerPoint, which I haven't done since school. And I was going to do a presentation talking about where I started, how I peaked, how I fell, how I nearly ended up looking for other work at the end of 2019 because I was making 0, and then how everything came back, and now we're at this point. I've never had a full room before, I'm almost certain. So I was going to do that because I get a lot of questions about like how do you get into YouTube? How do you get views up? And that was what I was going to try and talk about. And I got too nervous. I was too busy, and I got too nervous, and I figured no, none of you are worth it, you know. But anyway, without messing up, because we've only got, is it an hour we've got? Yeah. We've got an hour? Okay, cool. So what we're going to do, first of all, I want to be able to try and get a picture of you guys. So I'm going to, wait a minute, let's get it in selfie mode. Because this is what I have to do every time, and then I have to show it to my mum, because she doesn't understand what I do. So I just send her pictures of this, and it's like, this is what I do, and she goes, oh, that's nice. So I just need to do it for her. Okay. Okay, and wait, let's get a quick I'm getting a video right now. There's everybody. Hi, Mom! Does she watch me?
Yes! Actually!
Yes!
Yes!
Okay, right. So in that case, we are going to start. If anyone's got questions, line up to the middle, and we're just going to fire off. I've got nothing else to say. So, yeah.
Oh God, being in the front was not good.
Yeah,
You know what? I'm not going to make it. So.
I'm just trying to be on my camera.
Yeah, no, I'm trying not to hit your camera.
Yeah, no, I'll get out of the way for you. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
See, look, okay, this is what I'm talking about. If you can't hold half a bottle of water, you're in a bad spot. I'm not that skinny. I should be able to, but this is nerve-wracking. So don't be nervous. I'm more nervous than you, trust me.
You're doing great.
Thank you, Dad. Okay. Anyway, let's make a start.
Hi. I wasn't actually expecting to be the first in line, so.
You were sitting at the front next to the microphone.
Yeah, I know. In the front, so you know.
Cool.
I have 3 questions, 2 depending on how you answer the second one.
I'll go through them. Yeah, I'll try and keep to 1 per person, but I'll go through these as quick as I can. Yeah.
So first of all, can you 100% crash 4 again? What? Like right here.
What? While I'm here? What? Right now?
Yeah.
It's funny you said that. I was going to make a nice thing about like how I'm planning on working on a charity stream at some point, where I'm gonna do it in one sitting, and it will take however long it will take. It took me 70 hours last time, so I'll just keep streaming until and I'll do that for charity. I haven't worked out how charity donations work. That goes wrong a lot. I don't know if you look this stuff up on YouTube. It goes wrong a lot, and funds go missing, and it's like who got what. I just want to make sure everything is transparent and clear. But yeah, so that's the nice answer to. I'm not doing it now, but I will do it for charity. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the first question. Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
Second question. Have you seen my dad?
Have I seen your dad?
Have you? I've been looking for him since 2018. Scott doesn't even know where he is, and I have to.
What's the joke?
Have you seen him?
No.
There's no joke. He just genuinely wants to find his dad.
Oh, you just want to find your dad?
Yeah.
Have you tried Craigslist? They have people for sale on there, I'm pretty sure. Your dad might be there.
But you have connections, Patty. That's the difference.
And third question.
Yeah.
Can I sit next to you for like 2 seconds?
No. Okay, so this is for anyone that's met me before, and that was just joke harsh. It's mostly because if I get sick, I'm not getting on the plane to go home.
Fair enough.
I get stuck in this country. And that's kind of great and also kind of terrible. So, so yeah, it's nothing personal. When we're doing signings and stuff, there's going to be a lot of hand sanitizing. It's not because I think any of you are dirty. It's just I'm keeping safe. And whenever I get pictures, we're kind of not doing touching and stuff, but I've got my own new way of taking pictures where I just kind of, like, if you're standing there, I'll just be like, there, like looking off camera. So that's my new thing I do, so don't take that as an offense either, I'm just being safe. So,
Not taken at all.
Cool, nice to see you. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Caddy, it's me.
It is you, I recognise. You've got George of the Jungle again. It's been, okay, last time I was at TMG was 4 or 5 years ago.
Last time we were 5.
5? Oh. Okay, and you still, is that the same copy?
No, it's a different copy.
How many do you have?
Oh my god. Let's just say it's just a few.
Just a few? One is enough. One is more than enough. At least two. Anyway, what was your question?
Yeah, I got a very important question.
Yeah, sure.
Who do you think could win in a fight? George Wood or George the Jungle?
Oh, 2 Georges.
Washington.
George Wood would start talking, and the other one would fall asleep immediately, and he wins. There you go. No worries at all, dude. Thank you so much.
I have a joke question and a serious question.
Okay, what's the joke question? Make me laugh, I dare you.
Were you made with Silicon Graphics computers?
I mean, my videos are what they are, and if I was made from computers, it would be a lot easier. I wish I was made from Silicon Graphics.
And along the serious questions along the same lines, how hard was the transition to 4K video editing?
It's impossible on Vegas. That's why I had to. That's another reason, because I got the Jesus video done in December, and then there was like a 4-month gap, and that wasn't the intention. But I ended up trying out the new MacBook, and I had never seen the M1 chip working before, and I'd never seen Final Cut before. But when I saw it could run 4K 60 frames per second footage without lagging, I was like, that's a game changer for editing. If you put a 4K clip in Vegas, it crashes. It just doesn't work. So I was like, I need to get this laptop, and I need to I got to unlearn an editing software and learn another one. So I think the accessories video was the first one I'd done with Final Cut Pro, and so that's why that took a long time to come out. I was relearning, yeah. So the transition itself was difficult, but it was because I was able to, and I was like, it's going to be tricky, but I want 4K, because it's nice, and I've got a nice camera. I did not spend that much money on that camera to not have 4K, so yeah. Cheers, no worries.
Hi, Caddy.
Hi, you're not Scott. No. You've got glasses, but no, not quite Scott.
I got glasses, I don't got the brown hair. As I sound Twitter, sorry you're here in the States during a historical event.
It seems to happen every time. Last time I came here was the big, last time I came here, COVID happened. So don't invite me.
As my question, I love your style of humor in your videos.
Thank you.
And I was wondering, what is your comedic inspiration or your favorite comedian?
Oh God, there's loads. But the immediate thing, the thing I'm trying to get across, I suppose, is Monty Python. That's the thing I'm trying to get across. That's the thing I'm trying to that's the very simple. There's tons of different people. Rick Mail, his delivery. It's mostly British people, to be honest. That's not because I don't like a US kid, like George Carlin's classic. All these people are great, but it's just because that's what I grew up with, and I resonate with that. So yeah, I'd say the top 2 are just the Monty Python crew and Rick Mail. So if no one knows who Rick Mail is, look him up. He's hilarious. But yeah, so those are the two I would say. Yeah.
Well, you did come up as a British person.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. Hey, how's it going?
It's going quite well, actually.
Good.
Thank you very much for asking.
That's
And
okay.
I wanted to ask a very serious question. What was the moment during creation of your old style of videos, the video making process specifically, where you were like, this needs to change now?
2016. And the problem was, I was stuck in a rut. I was living in a very expensive part of the country because you know when people say like, oh, I wish I could move out, and they go, just save up and move. But the problem is, you're living in an expensive place, so everything you earn is being funneled into the place, so you can't afford a deposit to move somewhere else. That was where we were stuck in that situation. But I knew from 2016 it was getting formulaic for me. I was getting really not bored, but I was just like, I was running out of steam. I was doing 3 fucking videos a week. It was horrible. It was horrible, and that's why I've kind of detached there's a million reasons, but I detached myself from everything pre-2020 because it's just not something I want to remember. But yeah, like that was when I wanted to, but I couldn't because I figured I had to upload this often, this quickly to pay my bills. And then it got to 2019, and it was like, you know what? I'd be making more money with a standard job. So when I got to that point, I was like, okay, well then let's just try and change everything, and if it works, I'll keep it going. If not, I tried. I have got nothing to lose anyway. But yeah, I wanted to change everything for a long time, but I just couldn't, so because I was stuck in that situation. So yeah.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Hi.
I just wanted to say first, thank you for the Ethernet cable that you gave me during that contest.
Dude, do you know what? That was another thing. I was going to bring prizes, but you don't want to catch British. You don't want it. So I didn't actually. I was going to do that, but and that's why I'm being a bit cautious with game donations and stuff. It's honestly just for safety, but yeah, no, I do remember the Ethernet cable. Yeah. Did you make use of it?
Oh yeah, it's still working perfectly.
It's still working.
Yeah,
Great. I don't give out shit prizes. It works. Working Ethernet cable. Thank you.
I'll vouch for the Xbox One controller.
What I wanted to ask was, I know that you're doing longer form videos compared to your short ones, but I was wondering what happened to the Huel guy, because I miss him.
He needed to die 10 years ago. I don't look back very fondly because it was back in an era of YouTube where you had to gimmick yourself to stand out. Because all the big guys already kind of cornered the market, and the only thing you could do with a certain size audience was just do something that no one else was doing. And whether that means making up a catchphrase that no one else is saying, or doing a new show idea, or anything like that. But yeah, that was something. Again, same with the main videos. Getting formulaic. I wasn't enjoying making it, and it was like I would start the process because I'd be playing games in the background all the time because they were always new game videos. Those videos, current quickies they were called, and they were always new games. So while I was doing the 3 videos a week, I was always playing the new stuff in the background. I didn't stream or anything, but I was playing the new stuff, recording the footage, writing the scripts, and then every single week it would be. Wake up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I had 3 days to get that current quickies done on the new game that I had just finished. And then it would be the next thing, and the next. I did the completionist thing, but I didn't complete, basically. So it wasn't, and it just wasn't fun. And it was and then it's annoying when you put that much time and energy into something, and then it either doesn't pay off with views, so it's like it wasn't worth it anyway, and then it's also, oh, okay, so I've done it, and now I've got to write it exactly the same way. I've got the same intro, the same middle, the same end, and it gets tiring. It gets tiring, yeah, but that's what happened. He shouldn't have happened, basically. I'm glad people have fond memories, and I don't mean to shit on any of them. Sorry, are there kids in the audience? Are there?
Mentally or physically?
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Mentally or physically, that is a very good point. Yeah, I'll try and I'll ease with the swearing a little bit. Sorry, but fuck you. Yeah, shouldn't have happened. It was an experimental thing that should have stayed experimental, and it didn't because I thought that's what I needed to do, and it turns out I didn't. So yeah.
Thank you, Caddy.
No worries at all. Thank you.
Hey, how's it going?
The mask got ripped off. What are you gonna do?
Wait, what?
No, it was a dramatic entrance. I liked it. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Thank you so much. Okay, so my question's kind of open-ended. Answer it however you feel and stuff like that. My main thing is mostly just how do you manage time management with your channel and stuff like that?
How do I manage it?
In terms of time and stuff like that. How much
how many hours a week do you put into your channel? Like how
Whenever
many?
I need to. It depends, because the thing is, that's another reason why the videos are now the way they are, because when I was doing 3 a week and it was just every day I was doing a video, it was like family life was falling apart, social life was falling apart, everything was like falling around at the seams. And with this, I've got more time. I can tend to emergencies. Like, oh my god, my kid's arm got cut off. I can take him to the hospital now. I've got time to do that now. So that's kind of the idea. It was like I'm managing my time as any other normal person would, but just with a job that you work from at home, and that's all I wanted to do. And like the fact that it's now gone to this size when I wasn't expecting it to that's like a bonus. So the idea for my channel, it took me 9 fucking years to get there, but the whole idea was I wanted to do whatever I wanted, not be stressed, not do a million things at once, and make a living. And it turned out that I just had to do what I'm doing now, and I'm doing better than making a living, which is awesome. That's why I'm able to come to these things. So yeah, that's the cool thing. But yeah, so time management, there isn't really any. It's just whatever time I have to get the videos done is what's being done, and then if I need to meet with someone or hang out with someone, or because you need to take breaks. If you're stressed, you're not gonna get anything done if you're stressed. I did, but that's because I was 19, and you can do anything before you get to like 25, and then you're like, nah, I'm done now, I'm done, bye. So yeah, and time management is just whatever I can do, and that's why videos now come out whenever the hell they come out. But I think that pays off. I think because you could tell if I was being rushed, you could tell if I was trying to shove something out for the sake of a sponsor, you could tell if I was trying to get stuff done for the sake of anything, and that's not what I want. So yeah, just
Okay.
yeah.
Do you mind if I have just a quick follow-up question? Do you have
Yeah,
any
sure.
advice for people who want to get into content creation but like have trouble managing their time and stuff?
Don't do it.
Thank you so much.
No worries. It's very stressful. No, okay, okay. So that was a joke answer, but like, it's the problem is that like, everything changes. Week after week, there is an algorithmic change, and you either have to work with it, or you just need to go, I don't care anymore. But the problem is, doing the I don't care anymore approach works when you've already got a certain amount of audience, which is what Ian Brutal Moose did. He kind of changed his thing. Yes, absolutely. He changed his thing because he stopped caring, and he's doing much better for himself. And I changed my thing because I stopped caring. I think the idea, what you want to do, if you want to get into this, it's a hobby first and foremost, but you are not like obliged to go to any upload schedule. You do not need to do daily content. You do not need to do weekly. You don't need to do monthly. You do whatever the hell you can. If it works and you can make money and you want to quit your job and try and invest into it, that's a risk you've got to take. But if not, the idea is that it was a hobby and you just want to have fun doing it. And if it doesn't work, it's like going into Dark Souls and expecting to die, you know? As silly as a comparison that is, if you go into Dark Souls for the first time in your life expecting to win, you're gonna hate it. You need to go in, expect to fail, and just be like, I'm playing this because I want to play it, not because I want to beat it. So that's the advice there, yeah. Sorry, I was ignoring you.
No, hi Caddy.
Hi.
I guess what I wanted to ask, speaking of I don't care, did you ever find out what happened to your PC build, why it kept hard rebooting like that?
Do you want to hear the story? Have I said this? Have I said this before? I don't know if I said
Can I
it on
take a
stream.
guess? Can I take a the wall socket tester wasn't fully the problem. There was something in the
No, we thought
power.
it was that. It wasn't. Okay, so I might have said this on a stream ages ago. So has anyone here seen that video where I tried to build? Yeah. So everything in that story was true. Nothing was dramatized. That's why it's such a good video, because I couldn't make it up if I tried. I don't have the imagination. So what ended up happening, not even kidding, it was the motherboard I was using. When you plug in the graphics card into it, it activates something called performance boost override. What that does is that it overclocks, no, it's the CPU, sorry, it's for the CPU. What it does is that with AMD processors, the performance boost override automatically overclocks the CPU when it feels like it needs to. But when it goes too far, it cuts out and it dies because it's overheating. And the annoying thing is that in that menu on the BIOS, because I've been through every menu on the BIOS, but where the performance boost override is, it's behind a menu where when you click on it, it says, do not go any further and make any changes unless you're an expert. We are not liable for any damages. So I figured, I don't need to go in there. The default settings must be fine. But no, so all of that months and months of anguish was because you start the BIOS up, You go click one menu, click another menu, click off.
Oh wow.
Every part worked. Nothing was broken. Everything worked. It was just one setting in the BIOS that was hidden in a hidden menu, and it told me not to go in there because I would break the computer if I did.
Thank you so much. Don't want to give you PTSD.
No, it's fine, don't worry.
Thank you, Daddy.
More like PCSD.
5 out of 10.
How's it going? Hi.
Hi, it's going well. When you're working on a video and you're finding that you're struggling with the editing process and putting it all together,
Yeah.
what keeps you motivated?
What keeps me motivated? Feeding the kids, I guess. That's an important thing. Also, you'll be surprised how taking a step back helps as well, and you'll also be surprised, like, if you're doing something, like, do you make things? Sorry.
Yeah, I like
okay.
making things.
How long have you been doing it for?
I've been doing it a little bit. Like, I've been putting more effort into
Okay, are you confident with your editing software and being on camera or whatever you do? Are you comfortable with it?
I'm decently comfortable with it.
If you're comfortable with it, do what feels right, because that's the ultimate thing is that if you overthink it, then you'll never get anything done. If you are comfortable, like if I am going through, like, let's say the PS1 accessories video, which was 95 minutes long, every 10 minutes of the completed edit, I was like, this sucks. This is not going to do well. No one's going to like this. It's going to be awful. And what you've got to do is be like, no, I wrote this down and I said it this way and I filmed it this way because that's what felt right at the time. So if I felt like it was a good idea and I'm doing this edit and it feels like it's a good edit, it's probably a good edit, and people then end up responding to it. You're your own worst critic. So if it feels right, keep going. If it doesn't feel right at all, start again or take a step back and be like, or get other people to look at it and be like, is this funny? Is this informative? Whatever. But I mostly got to a point of just, like I said earlier, just not giving a shit anymore. Like, if people like what I do, that's awesome, but if not, I wasn't expecting people to anyway. So yeah, learn to let go, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say, yeah. No worries at all, thank you. Hi, how's it going?
I'm good, how are you?
Tired, very tired, very hot, yes. I'm amazed that this room is as cool as it is with everybody in here. It's yeah, it's nice.
You're in here.
So, as a fellow Brit, I wanted to ask you...
You flew over?
I did fly over, yeah. It was draining.
You... Wait. Where... Okay, sorry to be personal. Whereabouts in the UK do you live?
Just north of London.
So where every convention in the UK happens. And instead of waiting for me so you could go on a half-an-hour train, you came to America.
Well, when you feel like that, it's...
Come and get a free water. You earned the free water. Unbelievable.
Dedication of this man.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, sorry, I'm stalling, sorry, yeah.
Alright. So, as a fellow Brit, I wanted to ask you, what is your favourite Tesco meal deal?
Usually I go for, it's always Pepsi Max. It's always Pepsi Max. I don't know if you have that in the I think it's Pepsi Zero in the States, but bottled Pepsi, I get it now, because every time I talk about how much Pepsi is better than Coke, every American's like, no, it's not, what are you talking about? We had some in the hotel, it's disgusting. Pepsi in the UK is the bomb, it's delicious, but over here it's gross. So it's always Pepsi Max. Snack is either some sort of nutty, chocolatey protein bar, or like anything Cadbury. Cadbury's great. And then it's either like chicken wrap kind of thing, or maybe a prawn mayo sandwich. It's light stuff. I used to go for the whole like all-day breakfast sandwiches, but then I saw how bad they were for you, and I was put off forever, so I didn't do that anymore. But yeah.
Actually, well, part of the reason I did come here is I'm visiting some friends who live here.
Oh, cool. A few. Okay, that's taken the guilt off of me. Okay. Oh, you over there.
Yeah.
We're American, sorry.
We're British, sorry. We all suck, it's fine.
Yeah, and also you probably drink Pepsi Max when you're playing Pepsi Man.
Yeah, I know exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I bought them about 20 dairy milk bars, because all I have is Hershey's. What is that?
I know. I can cope with cookies and cream. I can, but that's probably my limit. That's probably my limit. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
No worries, dude. Thanks for coming down. That's insane of you to do that. Thank you. Hey, how's it going?
I'm alive.
You're alive?
I'm alive.
Yeah, so am I. We can be alive together.
Okay, so originally I was going to ask you if you wanted this book. I got it secondhand, like it's a second gift. I don't need it.
Oh,
but
dude.
Since you're afraid of COVID, I don't blame you if you don't want it.
If you don't take that's an incredibly kind gift, and I don't want to throw it back in your face. Also, I want it. Would you be?
Throw it in a bag or something. So
I was gonna say, if you don't mind, like, if I could put it in like a separate bag and then like wash it like crazy, not because I don't trust you, but that's the thing. I don't want. I hate being that. But I mean, I think I could do that with everything. It's almost like everyone's okay with me just getting sanitizer and just rubbing it all over. Then I can take gifts. Yeah.
Okay. Also, I guess I'll ask the same thing to you as I asked Wood from Beat 'em Ups.
Sure.
Mental health. How are you feeling right now?
How am I feeling mentally right now? Relying on pills. If I don't have pills, I fall apart.
I never take pills, so more power to you.
Yeah. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, no. If you've ever been recommended, like from therapy or whatever, to take a certain medication, you're like, oh, what about the side effects? Whatever you feel, you'll feel so much better when it kicks in, and you okay, it's a thing you've got to take every day. But if I didn't, I would have thrown up right now, like, and just run away. It's the only it can keep the lid on. Yeah.
Okay. So what should I do about this book?
Put it on the crease. Crease there. Yeah, that's thank you. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much. I'll have my own, thank you. That's very kind of you.
How's it going?
Hi. Yeah, good. Thanks. You?
So 4 years ago, last time you were here, I think, I asked about Dingo Pictures and all that.
Yes.
Obviously that's been a long time.
It's a long time, yeah.
Have you been considering the possibility of doing a Dingo Pictures review in your current style?
I mean, the thing is that it's funny because the actual official Dingo Pictures Twitter account keeps reaching out to me.
Oh, really?
Because I think they're working on like a documentary.
Yeah, they are. Famous, actually.
The sad thing is, it's nothing personal. It's just a part of my life I want to forget. And it's mostly just like, I understand that's like, most people found me from Dalmatians 3. I get it. I understand. But like...
It's the same thing as Peppa Pig, basically.
Oh, I wish I never said a word. I really wish I never said a word. I think that was the catalyst of why I was like, I need to label all my videos as old, because like people started taking what I was saying in that Peppa Pig video so serious. Like I'm an advocate for kids' quality content. I'm not. I'm an idiot, but it comes across like I know what I'm talking about. All I want to do is make people laugh, and I think I come across way too angry in those videos. It's proper nerd rage shit, and it's not me, and it never was me, but it looks like that. And so yeah, and that's kind of the same thing I felt with Dingo Pictures, and that's why I think the current format works better. Because if there was Dingo Picture after Dingo like all I got to do, because like you put a screenshot of a Dingo Pictures thing, right, or like a 10-second clip, or the voice acting. Why would anyone care about me reviewing the whole thing? Because everything that needs to be said is in 5 seconds. You've got eyes, you've got ears. I'm sure if you could smell it, you probably could. You can see, like, I feel like I'm insulting people's intelligence by explaining why something like that is bad, which is why now I just focus on, okay, here's a bad game that's been made clearly badly. You can see it, why do I need to explain it? Let's just make fun of it and compare this to that. And oh, that looks like a penis, doesn't it? Like, you can, like, and just move on, but you can't, yeah, it's difficult with Dingo Pictures because it's, yeah, but like, it'll be just the same comments over and over again, so probably not. But yeah, so I don't know if anybody would share that with Dingo Pictures. It's nothing personal. I would love to, it's just a part of my life I wish to bury, and I'm sorry if I sent any angry people your way. Wasn't the intention, because I don't know what the conditions were making those films, or the voice acting or anything. So you should be able to just point and laugh at it, not get angry about it. It's not fun at that point, so yeah.
All right. Oh, thank you.
No worries at all. Thank you.
Hi there.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. And another thing on your one of your videos that you did for the Rugrats Search for Reptar and the SpongeBob game,
Yeah.
I also had an idea in my head. Like maybe you could do I don't know, maybe
Nickelodeon games.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in your current style.
Yeah, it's a thought that's crossed my mind. The problem is, as a kid, I watched Rugrats and that was it. Like, I've got no Nickelodeon history, I suppose, which is why the Disney and the Pixar videos work a bit better because I've got history there, but with Nickelodeon I don't really. But that's not to say I'm not going to. It's a thought. I don't the splatty world of the gooey world, the gungy world. I don't know. I'll think of something.
Yeah,
Slimy. Yeah.
And also there's Caspanuka.
There he is.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of him, believe it or not. I can't escape him.
Yeah, you can.
Thank you so much, dude.
You too.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi. Quick question.
Yeah.
As a voice actor, and trying to be.
Yeah, sure.
How do you come up with your characters for your skits? Do you discuss it with your wife and kids, or do you just come up?
You think that I walk into the room dressed as Long Dennis and explain it? No. I don't. It's kind of, okay, so what I'm doing, because the thing is, I used to have multiple, like, I did the law thing for a while, and I did 2-minute long back and forth convo. It's awful. It was very dated, even for the time it was dated, and I kept trying to make it work and it didn't. So I figured, you know what, when I do this new stuff and I want to have another person in, and COVID happened, I couldn't get other people to come in and react to me. So I was like, okay, how about I do the evil twin stereotype, but it's just me in the same clothes with my head upside down, and he's a baddie instead of Caddy, and he comes in, and then 15 seconds later he leaves, and no one mentions him ever again. And he might come back, he might not. And that's the kind of, I'm just trying to think of interesting ways to transition from game to game. There's no thought process behind it. The Long Dennis idea just was like, just as an example, that was just, I don't remember where the name came from, but it was just a funny, like, imagine if there was someone called Long. That's just a funny thought. And like, oh, why would he be long? He's probably got a long head and long arms. So let's buy two picnic shirts, cut off the arms of one of them, stitch them onto the ends of the other, and then get some tattoo artist practice arms that look like real arms and feed them through, and then there you go, there's a character. And it's the same thing with Spods as well, same thing with Spods, and people resonate when you can, I think you need to be self-aware. You need to know what you're doing is stupid shit, and not pretend that it's important, and not think, oh, people not make I don't know, references to your own stuff, and like talk about, well, remember when you did that to me like 300 videos ago? If you stop that and just make it like, oh, that happened just then, and then everyone moves on like it didn't happen, then I think it works better like that. Yeah, but I couldn't tell you where I sit down at my computer and write. I couldn't tell you where it comes from, I'm afraid. Cheers, thank you. Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing great, thank you.
No worries.
If you were at the Scott panel yesterday, I asked the same question to him, so I'm going to ask it to you.
Was that on the main stage?
Yes.
Yeah, we were walking around yesterday when it was the quietest day, and we got to that tabletop gaming area there, and all I heard was just screaming, and I was like, who's doing? It's Scott. Okay. It's Scott, that makes sense.
Sorry.
But yeah, what's the question? Sorry.
Alright. If you had $500,000
Yeah?
for dinner with Kanye West, what would you choose?
Wait, if I could pick one or the other?
One or the other.
I think you can convince Kanye to give you more.
I'm thinking like the question wants you to think. Could Kanye teach you how to make more than $500,000?
Oh, that's what they always say, isn't it? Like, would you rather have $1 million or like have a conversation with a billionaire? No, take the million. All you gotta do is buy a few houses and sell them off, and now you're a real estate agent. Brilliant, fantastic. Like, there's nothing complicated about it. So yeah, I think it wouldn't be for the conversation. It would be trying to get him drunk and steal more. No worries.
How's it going?
Thirsty. How are you doing?
All right.
Good.
All right, here's a question that's gonna really challenge your mind.
Yeah?
We'd rather have $500,000 and a penny, or dinner with Connie.
Pennies are hard to come by nowadays. I haven't used cash in years. You know what? That penny is tempting. I would take the penny from the 500k, and then I would figure out a way to keep myself alive for 300 years and sell the penny for like 50 million.
That's income, right?
Yeah, it's an investment, yeah. Love the costume, dude.
I'm pretty cool.
I'm going to do a lot of eye rolling, I'm sure. But yeah, I know there's lots of people that like the classics, but don't just ignore me.
Okay, I know fundamentally they're all the same game.
Yeah.
But what do you think is the worst Phoenix games?
Oh my god. I haven't played enough, but that skateboarding one was trash. Like, that was dreadful. But then, because like you can't really call the Dingo Pictures ones games because they're all just mini. But if you're talking about ones that they made, then the only one I've played is the skateboarding one. But now I know there's a lot. Like the horribly insensitive one called Packy. Like I don't know how they got away with that one. That's a bad word. I don't know how bad that is over here. That's a bad word in the UK. You can't say that. That's a bad word. So yeah, even though I just said it. But that's the name of the game. It's not my fault. I'm just quoting. Don't shoot the messenger, you know. But yeah. I'd like to try more. Maybe I could do a Phoenix Games big thing.
Oh no. Maybe for a subscriber special.
Yeah. Spyro's a million, but yeah, absolutely. That's a good idea.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Hey!
Hi, hello.
How are you doing in that?
Terrified.
Yeah, how warm are you in there?
Wait, I'm sorry, can you ask it again?
I said, could you hear me? No, I didn't. How warm are you in there?
Very warm.
Yeah. Commitment to the bit, well done.
Yes, thank you. My question for you is, how is Stan doing?
Last thing I heard was we were in our family WhatsApp group, and Chloe, our eldest, who's moved back in with us recently, she's looking after the pets at home right now. So the last thing I heard at all about him was that she de-shed him yesterday. And the picture is just, imagine this table, and imagine fur. So I don't know how Stan is, but the parasite of hair that was living on him is doing good. Yeah, Stan's fine. He's Stan. I mean, there's like he is the dog. He's just Stan the man. Like there's not much to say about him. Yeah, he's doing good though. He's doing good.
Thank you.
I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I don't know if maybe I've mentioned this before. He has broken both of his back legs. He's got 2 metal legs. This was a long time ago. He broke one and then immediately broke the other. And you know why? Too bouncy. He loves too much and he broke his own legs. That's the kind of dog he is. So yeah, Rottweilers are dangerous by arse. He's a softie. Sorry, hi, how you doing?
What if everyone in the world peed their pants at the exact same time?
Then a lot of people would be very happy. They would never need Pornhub again, let's just say. Their wishes could come true in a matter of seconds. What would happen, actually? What would happen? Would we drown? Would we drown, or would we, like, sink all the cities under the weight? Like, but then, no, because pee comes out of the body, right? So that means we've all technically got pee in our body already. So when it comes out, no, nothing will happen, because we're carrying pee weight already.
Stupidity aside.
Oh, I thought that was serious. I can go on all day about pee.
I've heard answers that the world would flood and religious leaders would go nuts. And there was a sign or something.
Oh, I thought you were going to say just because they didn't like pee. Like, right, yeah, I see what you mean, right. I mean, you'd be able to baptize every kid at once, it's good. I'm sure they'd love it, it's fine.
in your opinion, you actually inspired me to play Crash Bandicoot.
Okay.
So, what's your
Not pee yourself. Okay, play Crash.
I've been doing
Okay.
it a long time.
Yeah.
But
I stopped you from it.
you're not even inspired me to do it more. But,
Okay, yeah.
okay, but all joking aside,
Yeah.
What is your favorite Crash Bandicoot game? If not
3. It's 3. Well, okay. 3 is, technically, it depends how technical you want to get. Insane is my favorite because it's 1, 2, and 3. And it's like, yeah, there's issues, and some of it's a bit different, but the whole package as a whole is like, it's, what, $29.99 for all 3, HD, on Steam as well, 60 FPS, and like 4K, it's insane. And like, I can it's like, I had it on Switch, now I've got it on Steam Deck at 60 frames per second. I don't need anything else, you know? So like, if you want me to be like, okay, the first game I ever played was Crash 3, it's gonna be Crash 3 just on principle, but Insane is my favorite, but then Nitro Fueled is great as well, I don't know, but I'd say Insane because it's 3 games in one, and you know, that just kind of makes it
Plus, you can use play the first game with a control stick.
Yes, also, that's very true. Even I don't play the first game with the control stick anyway. I play it with the D-pad, even on Steam and like Switch and everything. It's a D-pad built game, I think. But,
Thank you.
I'm sorry for disappointing you.
May your pants be dry.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm just here to film and say I love you.
Oh, thank you.
What happened to your brick child? Is he gonna be in another video?
See, this is okay. This extends from what I was just saying. Make the joke, never mention it again. The brick child. It was just, hey, let's get a brick and paint it the same color as the bricks, and then put human eyes and mouth on it, and then talk about how, oh my god, I had a baby, and then show it, and then just never bring it up again. That's it. No, he's never coming. No, he's not coming back. No.
Good answer.
They're talking about for adoption.
Good for you, Caddy.
And when I say that, I mean he is now the walls of the adoption centre. Throw him in. Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good, thank you. Long-time viewer, like.
Thank you.
Watching your channel for like, you know, what has it been, like 10 years since 2012?
I mean, my first Caddicarus video was May 2012. My first Caddicarus video
the
was
same age.
yeah. Oh no way! Yeah, the first video entirely was September 2011, but we don't talk about them.
Yeah, no. Well, what I wanted to say here though is, so you've been hoping to get 1 million subscribers for years now.
A long time, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully you're gonna get it.
It's 973 last time I saw. No, 975?
We're almost there.
Not bad, me.
My question was going to ask if I know you've mentioned it, you haven't really played the original Ratchet and Clanks. I know you played the Sly Cooper. Obviously, Cooper's a bad word. Don't say that.
Do you actually think that, or
no?
Good, because people do think that.
That's hilarious. No.
Yeah.
And I know you don't like Jak 2 and Jak 3 as much because those were more action oriented.
If you want to call Jak 2 action, it's more like sleep. Like nothing happens in Jak 2. It's boring.
It was more so trying to be a cinematic platformer, like for the time period, which was kind of ahead of its
yeah,
time,
and you saw what happened with the Order in 1886. Like.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think of the question because if I know, are you still? I knew because the one person behind asked about Spyro. If Spyro was going to be the 1 million subscriber special, hopefully this year.
Yeah. I think it might be after this video gets done, it will be the one after. Fingers crossing.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. The last question, if you can answer it, is so when you got in contact, when you started making content, obviously you were struggling at first, but then you got the big win with the Completionist who saw your content and was like,
yeah.
So how did that transpire exactly?
Well, as in, how did that help me?
Yeah, how did that transpire? How did the Completionist reach out to you?
It was just I'll tell you what it was actually. It's embarrassing, but this is how it happened. My first video, my Rascal Racers video, was my Normal Boots audition video.
Right. Yeah.
And I sent it to them, and they ignored me. They didn't even tell me no. They just ignored me. And then I made a few more videos when I was like, you know what, maybe that was a bad idea. And then I made a few more, and then this is when popping up in recommendations actually meant something. So then Gerard saw it, and then all it takes is for him to subscribe and like one of my videos. I think it was Evil Dead, I think. And then one thing led to another. Did You Know Gaming was up on there, and then he subscribed, he liked, and then PVG saw, subscribed, liked. And this was back when you hit subscribe, and then your whole
second
subscriber
generation.
feed knew. So like that's how I grew so quickly in the early days. But that doesn't work anymore. It means nothing anymore. But yeah, that's back in the day. That's how it helped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
simpler times, the algorithm wasn't as advanced. Well, thank you so
Well,
much.
I mean, yeah, there wasn't as many people as well. So yeah, I get why they change it. But yeah, it's just rolling with the punches, isn't it? So.
Exactly. Well, keep it up.
Thank you. Hi, how's it going? I love that T-shirt.
Thank you.
Was that from here?
No, it's from, I got it online at oh my gosh, I'm so nervous.
No, you saw me trying to drink water. I'm really like.
Yeah, I'm
That's why I'm doing. Look, I'm resting on my elbow on, because if I hold up, I'm shaking. So don't worry about it.
okay, well, three things. One, I just want to say thank you for making your videos.
Thank you.
I wouldn't have gotten into PlayStation without seeing your videos, and my main art career. Okay, that sounds really lame, but like.
No, not at all.
Like my Twitter, like it's all Ape Escape and Prep, and I'm very grateful, and I feel like I wouldn't have that without you.
Thank you. And now you've got the bag.
Yeah, I got the bag. I got the. It's
There's something about PS1 specifically, because I mean, like everyone loves Nintendo and everyone loves Sega, but there's something about PlayStation because like they never really had a mascot. They never had like Crash, arguably, Lara Croft, arguably, Parappa, but it was always arguable. Like Abe was the mascot for a while, and then he just kind of vanished. It's like it's the most experimental console I think ever done. There's so many unique one-off things that came out of it, and like. You just never hear about it again, and then you mix that in with the unique look of the graphics and everything. It's just a cool thing. The PS1's just a cool thing, yeah. But yeah, it's easy to get invested. It's really easy.
Yeah, like my PS2 is my baby and stuff. I love
Yeah,
it.
same here, same here.
Yeah, but my two questions is somebody already asked this a little bit. I was gonna ask like, I've never played the PS1 Crash games.
Yeah.
I only played Insane Trilogy.
Yeah.
Crash 4 on PS2. It's not.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's like I have Insanity, but I haven't played it yet. But like, if you were to recommend a Crash game to start out with on PS1, what would be?
2.
2?
Yeah. 3 is my favorite, but people will argue 2 is better, and that's fine, but they're wrong. 3 is better, but I'd recommend 2. Yeah, because 3 is just like 3 was like. Crash 2.5. It's like Crash 2 is like, okay, let's improve everything on the original game and not much else. And then Crash 3 was, okay, we've already done that, so let's do it again, but add more stuff in. So if you want the variety, Crash 3. If you want pure platforming, Crash 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my second question.
Yeah.
And my second question is, will you ever review South Park games?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I played N64 and it's.
They're all bad, aren't they? Apart from the newer ones.
Yeah, the newer ones are really good. I
Yeah.
think they're my favorite, like South Park media, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
South Park 64 is just like and but the PS1 is worse.
Yeah, it's way worse. Yeah, I did a video about it like again 10 years ago at this point. Yeah, and 8 years ago or so. Yeah, that's a good idea. I might think about it because they all the PS1 like Chef's Love Shack and everything. I haven't played them, but I've heard, and that might make it quite funny.
When you mentioned that in the video, I was like, oh my god, she referenced that. Oh my god.
What I think I might do is instead of making it like the bloody world of South Park, it'll be more like adult games, and then I'll just use South Park as, oh look, it's an adult cartoon. How do they make it? Like, because then I can get way more variety instead of just focusing on one show.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello. Hey, nice shirt.
Thank you. Okay, so 4 years ago, I was here,
Okay.
and I was the one who gave you the game Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne for the PlayStation 2.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So
I have that's on my shelf. I'm almost certain.
yeah, and I was just hoping that you could just make a video on that. But considering you're a type of a
No, I'm sorry, I'm not.
But as a compromise, could you make a video on talking about Pokemon clones? Considering that Shin Megami Tensei is basically a dark version of Pokemon.
Okay, I mean, possibly. Nothing is a no. Everything is a possibility. It depends what I can work with. And That sounds like I could work with something. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the darker elements and a certain character.
Okay. That's ominous.
I'm referring to Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Oh, okay. He's not in it, is he?
He is.
He is?
Yes.
I thought you were doing a meme.
No.
Like
That's where the
featuring
meme
Dante
came
from the Devil May
from.
Cry series.
That's where it came from! You killed it!
I'm sorry. For someone who spends his life on the internet, I know frighteningly little. I don't engage with much stuff like that. But yeah, no, that's not a bad idea at all.
Thank you.
No worries. Thank you for coming. What's wrong with it?
I lowered it.
Nice. Thank you.
Hello.
Hey.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
I have two questions actually.
Yeah.
The first question is on your Crash Bandicoot portable games and stuff video, you talked to Scott.
Yeah.
And Scott gave you a game.
Yes.
And that made me wonder, how do you figure out Scott's blue border was Crash Bandicoo's pants?
Because he told me.
And,
it was a secret, and then I had to expose it when I made that video. I was like, Ed, the world needs to know. I'm sorry, Scott. I'm so sorry. And he was like, yeah, you know what? That's fine. I'm ready for it to come out now. He was comfortable with the fact.
And the second question is, and this is a serious question.
Yeah.
I saw the Xbox Connect video a while ago.
Yeah.
And I loved it a lot.
Thank you.
And I was wondering, since you made a Connect video of all those games and seeing if the Connect worked as the camera or if the games work, I was wondering, do you think you're gonna make a PlayStation Move?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say iToy. Because that was an idea I had. But then, at the same time, I teased at the end of the PS1 accessories video the Res vibrator. And the reason for that tease was that it wasn't a PS1 accessory, it's a PS2 accessory. And there's some weird PS2 stuff, but that video took a lot out of me. I don't think I'm going to be doing an accessories video again for a while, but there's like, you can get like controllers that are dance mats, but with a football, and you kick the football to make the game kick. And there's, the iToy camera, and obviously Guitar Hero. I couldn't talk about Guitar Hero on the PS1 video. So, if I'm going to talk about Move and stuff, it might be PS3 accessories? I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, like, since the Move came out on the PlayStation 3, I mean, like, you play PlayStation Move games and stuff, and, seeing if, how the motion thing would work. And so I had a question, are you going to use the boxing gloves that you punch your friend in with the trumpet?
Yes.
Are you going to use those to, play around and stuff with the Move?
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. As long as, I mean, if you're gonna do it, you have to do the whole bra taking off thing in Heavy Rain. Like that's a ritual. That's a PlayStation Move ritual. So whatever. So yeah, that's a hard thing to pass up. That's a hard thing to say no to. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Cheers. 6, really? Yeah, thanks for making the time fly, guys. Made me feel very relaxed. Thank you.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. So my question is.
Sorry, just to interrupt.
Yeah.
So, is the queue does it keep going bigger, or should we cut it off at a certain point, or what?
Just for those questions?
Yeah, what should we do?
Yeah, I mean that's unfortunately you're not going to get the time for everybody. It's just
Okay, let's go quick then. Let's go
We
quick.
have the 5 p.m. to have the autograph.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, the meet and greet there. So if they have any other questions.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. Okay, well, what we'll do then, we'll cut the line now, and we'll try and get through these as quick as we can. So yeah, hey, how's it going?
I'm pretty good. So I was wondering, what was the most amount of money you've ever spent on a video?
Oh, PS1 accessories altogether, $5,000. And that was just on props and the accessories themselves, not including obviously paying Ollie for his camera work and everything else that went into that. That was just purely props and the accessories, yeah.
And I know you're short on time, but how's Spons doing?
I don't know. He's up in the sky somewhere, probably scaring Ben Franklin or something. I don't know.
Thank you so much.
That is a great idea. Oh my God, he is going to be the first kite that got struck by lightning, and Ben Franklin's going to be on the incredible. Hey, how's it going?
It's good. First, since you said on Twitter you wanted me to say hi. Hi, it's me, Shay Burles.
Hey, dude, nice to see you. Are you going to be explaining later?
Yeah,
we can chat more about it. Unless you had a question now.
So yeah, I do have a quick question. Who would win in a fight, you or Spawns?
Spons is all-knowing. He's omnipotent. He's all-powerful. He is God. He came out the clouds.
Yeah.
And he doesn't die. And it's got to the point where sponsorships are asking him to be the spokesperson. I have no power. He wins.
That's what I thought. I just wanted confirmation.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
See you around, dude. See you around.
See you. Your stuff is good. Thanks.
Hey.
Hey.
So this is kind of aping off of the one question that the other guy asked.
Yeah.
But so just like in terms of like whether it be like the controllers for the videos or like the LCD crash game, whatever. What is the most expensive thing you've ever bought for a video?
Oh jeez. Most expensive thing.
Off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head, most expensive thing. Okay, for what it is, probably the Wu-Tang controller. For what it is, because that was like, what, $300, $400? It was insane. I know it's probably not worth that, but I needed it for the video, and but that's the thing that immediately springs to mind. No, the Net Eurose PS1. That was £1,200, which is about $1,500. And I bought it just to say, I've got it.
That's the best way to do it.
Exactly.
Thank you.
It was too nice. The matte black, dude. The matte black. I couldn't say no.
That's like a grail.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
Hi. I was wondering, you mentioned about a while ago that when your computer failed, you lost like a ton of hours of footage for a video. What video were you working on?
That was, oh God, what was it? It was, do you know what? I'm almost certain it was the Sexy World of Sex games. I'm almost certain it was. And I shelved it, but there's too much funny. I own a copy of Custer's Revenge, and I was, like, I have everything ready, but it's still raw, and I'm like, I can't look at that video again without, and I've also got to be willing for the money to not be made. It will get demonetized. So I need to make sure I'm good financially, and then I can just piss it all away for 1 month. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's what I was working on, yeah.
Right, hi.
Hey.
So, what would we have to do to get you to get every single purple dev relic you cracked for?
Oh my God, I don't know. If you could get me in contact with the devs and they could tell me the shortcuts. Because I'm almost convinced that most of them are done with glitches and I just don't know where the glitches are. So, yeah, that's what I need.
Well, I'm still looking forward to the video on that regardless.
Thank you, cheers.
Well, can I have a bottle of water real quick?
Do you know, can I, yeah? Yeah, sure. It's up to me. I control the water. It's Mad Max Fury Road.
Thank you very much. Second of all...
Where's my milking bride? Sorry. Yeah.
Second of all, could have sworn you were Australian, no offense.
Sorry?
I thought you were Australian.
Everyone, someone thought I was French once. It's fine. It's just an accent, who cares? It's fine.
Okay, and I started watching your videos about 2 months ago when I saw you coming here, so I looked up what your channel was and wanted to say, love your stuff.
Thank you, thanks so much.
Wish you would do more reviews.
Yeah, not happening, sorry. Thanks for coming.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good, thank you. You?
I know you said not to be nervous, but I'm not used to talking in mics.
Oh, well, neither am I. Trust me, neither am I.
2 quick questions.
Yeah.
As you can see, I'm real tall. I was wondering, how was your flight? Because mine was horrible.
I mean, I can tell you if you want me to, but I don't want to come across like I'm bragging. So if you want me to tell you,
No, that's okay.
I tried business class for the first time, and I fell asleep on the plane on my side. That's all I need to say. It was the nicest flight I've ever had, and
You deserve it.
And thank you. And like. The annoying thing is, it's as you can imagine, insanely expensive, but they want you to try it once, so that you never go back to economy. And they've got me now. I can't, for 8 hours of that, I can't go back, which sucks. Because I wanted something wrong with it, and there's nothing wrong with it. You get your own menu.
Oh my God.
Before you even sit down, they have champagne, like before you even sit down.
Just for you?
Yeah.
One final question.
Yeah.
I've actually been watching you for the longest time now. I'll put you in my top 5 for most inspirational
What number?
YouTubers for me. Top 5?
What number?
5. I don't know if it's been playing guitar for about 9 years now, and I really like your drum covers. I was wondering, would you ever be open to doing another one?
Yeah, absolutely. It's again depends on copyright. It depends on if I've got time, and also those videos make nothing. They make like $50. They make nothing. Even if like my Hog Wild video is my best performing one, which is I don't know how many hundreds of thousands it was on. It made me $90. It's not worth the investment. So
yeah, I can't
we'll
say
see.
blame you. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you. Well, great. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. If you go to the signing later, I can answer more questions there. I'm so sorry. Yeah, go on.
I'm so sorry to be the last one.
No, yeah, everyone's gonna hate you. Thanks for taking the bullet.
Don't worry, I can embarrass myself for them. In 2016, I actually believed you when you said Cooper was a swear. And I was doing an audition for a musical, and I had a friend right next to me whose last name was Cooper. And I nervously blurted out that Cooper is a swear in the UK. And he was just like,
I thought you were going to say that, like, on the program they blurred his name out.
No,
that would be the ultimate ending to that story.
No, just I completely ruined his last name for him for at least a few minutes when he thought it was true.
Incredible,
yeah.
incredible.
But yeah, I mean, I was just going to ask if Spons is here, but you already answered
Yeah,
that.
sorry, he's not. I wish he could be. I really do, but I didn't want to wreck him on the flight.
Yeah, but I love your family.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Since 2017.
Thank you. Thanks so much for coming, everybody. Thanks for making this worth it.